My name is Ricky Stewart. I'm a consultant working for FAO on gender equality issues.
And the question is why gender mainstreaming is so important.
It's so important because if you don't do it, if you forget it, you risk two things. One is you risk slowing down the process of development. And the second reason is if you don't do it, you may harm the very communities you're trying to help. Do you want an example?
Yes, of course.
There's a very interesting story that we heard in Tunisia where FAO was trying to help communities improve cattle feed by using cactus. And they asked the men, what kind of cactus should we use? And the men said, oh, the cactus with spines. And they asked the women, and the women said, oh, the cactus without spines. So normally they would not have asked both women and men, but because they asked and because they got two different answers, they found out that if they chose the cactus without spines, it was much easier for the women to collect. They didn't hurt their hands. And if they collected the cactus with spines, they had to burn off the spines before they could feed it to the animals. And when they asked the men later, well, why did you say cactus with spines? The men said, oh, we thought it was higher quality in terms of nutrition for the animals. And that wasn't true. So if you don't ask, if you don't take into account what women do, what men do, you can make some fairly serious mistakes.
Thank you very much. And the other question is why to introduce gender mainstreaming inside the FAO? Why inside FAO?
Why inside FAO?
Yeah.
FAO is a really important and influential organization. And because it is supposed to set the norms and standards for what is good in terms of agriculture and development, in terms of ending hunger, if FAO is not able to take into account gender roles and gender relations, then the countries that it supports will be less likely to do so. So if FAO can provide some leadership, the possibility of change and influence is much greater.
Mm-hmm. And finally, do you want to give some recommendations to the people here in Latin America and the Caribbean?
What we are here to do is to talk about what the experience here has been and how it can help FAO, and what the experience in other places has been and how it can help Latin America. We are not here to tell people what to do. We are here to begin a conversation about mutual strengthening and mutual learning. So maybe at the end we will together have some recommendations, but we are not starting to come and say, this, you must do this.
Thanks a lot.